Everybody wants to lose weight. Well, you don't actually want to lose weight. What you want to lose is fat. Unfortunately, in the way you are attempting to lose fat, you're actually losing weight, which means that, yes, fat is going away, but muscle and bone mass are also going away. And the problem is you're trying to lose weight, quote unquote, through calorie deficit. And when you're in calorie deficit, in other words, you're keeping yourself hungry all the time, your body thinks you're starving. So it starts to cannibalize itself. And it cannibalizes everything of yourself to try and protect your vital organs in your brain. So it'll cannibalize skeletal muscle, it'll cannibalize some fat, it'll cannibalize everything, cannibalize some bone to get the materials to protect your central nervous system and your vital organs. Now, if you want to lose fat, you have to understand that calories are a measure of what heat you would get out of the food when you burn it. In fact, that's how they measure the calories. They use what's called a bomb calorimeter. They put the food in there, they light it on fire, and they see how much heat comes out when you burn it to a crisp. Well, unless your furnace is a pot-belly stove or your stomach is a pot-belly stove, it means nothing. It literally means nothing. Calories they mean nothing. And in fact, there is a fake estrogen that they give to cows. And when they give it to cows, the estrogen makes the cows gain extra weight on less food, on less calories. Well, if it was a matter of calories in and calories out, then that estrogen wouldn't work. But it does. Similarly, how many people do you know that just eat and eat and eat and they're bone skinny? And others that hardly eat at all and are round. It's a fact. We are biochemical machines. So it's the chemistry inside of us that determines whether we're fat, skinny, muscular, etc. Why are men so much muscular than women? Testosterone. Why are professional bodybuilders so much more muscular than regular men? Extra testosterone and anabolic steroids. So, if you want to lose fat, what do you have to do? You have to put your body into a state where it prefers to burn the fat. And your body does prefer to burn fat. Your body prefers to burn ketones that it gets out of the fat. So when you eat carbohydrates, your blood sugar goes up. And then your body produces insulin, which shuts down the ketone production. And it forces what sugar is available into your fat, and then your body burns the rest of the sugar. Now, people used to say, and still say because they don't understand what's going on, that your body burns the sugar because it prefers sugar. It doesn't. It's trying to get rid of the sugar. It prefers the ketones. So the insulin blocks the ketones. If your body preferred sugar, your insulin would not have to block ketone production. You don't burn sugar until the ketones are gone. So your body produces the insulin to deal with the high blood sugar, the hyperglycemia, and that gives you hyperinsulinemia, which causes all kinds of serious inflammation all over your body and leads to heart disease and strokes and heart attacks and 28,000 other things. And then your body burns off some of the sugar and what it can't store in the liver and the pancreas. And when it gets too much there, you get fatty liver and fatty pancreas. It stores in fat cells. Now, if your body preferred sugar, then why, when pulling it back out of your fat cells, does it not pull it back out as glucose? It pulls it back out as fats. It gets stored as fats, comes back out as fats, not sugars. So your body doesn't want the sugar. The sugar that your body needs, your liver will produce through gluconeogenesis. All the sugar you need, when you need it, as you need it. We shouldn't be taking excess. So if you want to burn fat, which is ketones, you've got to keep your glucose levels, your blood glucose levels low so that your body doesn't try to get rid of the extra sugars by A, burning it, and B, ramming it into your fat tissues to keep it out of your blood. So if your blood glucose is low, then you will switch over to burning ketones, which is more efficient. But it gets those ketones not from dietary fat, but from the fat that you've got stored. And it will get rid of all the excess fat. All you have to do is eat sufficient protein and fats. Your body no longer thinks it's hungry, no longer thinks it's starving, looks at its excess fat that it has and starts to burn it off. Every carnivore will tell you that as soon as they went carnivore, the weight started to shed. And not weight, but fat, because they maintain the muscle mass. Now, some of your muscles will appear to shrink, but that's not muscle tissue. You go to a store and you buy the best tasting steak. What makes that steak taste best? It's marbled, which means there's all kinds of fat deposits all through the meat. Well, when you have a high carb diet and your body is desperately trying to get rid of all that sugar and ramming it into the fat tissues, yes, you've got your belly layer and you've got the visceral fat around your intestines, which is horribly unhealthy. That's the big killer. But you also have fatty tissue in your muscles, and your muscles will swell with that fatty tissue. So as you lose the fat, your body will absorb not only the fat from your belly, not only a visceral fat, not only a fat in your liver and pancreas that's making you horribly ill, but it'll also absorb that fat out of your muscles. So some of your muscles may appear to get smaller, but they're not. They're just becoming healthier and more solid. And if you stick on a carnivore diet and you lift weights, well, then you're going to start building muscle as well. And that muscle will be thick and strong and grainy, pure muscle, like really high quality muscle. So if you want to lose fat, not weight. You want to lose weight, starve yourself. You lose weight. You lose all your weight. You go down to nothing. You want to lose fat. The two things you need to do are, one, get rid of the carbohydrates, all the carbohydrates in your diet. The more you get rid of, the better off you'll be. And two, maintain enough protein and fat in your diet so that your body has sufficient building blocks for the muscles and the vital organs, so it doesn't need to sacrifice, and so that your body doesn't think it's starving. Another interesting thing that carbohydrates do is they block a hormone called leptin, or actually the leptin receptors in your brain. Leptin tells you that you're satiated, that you're full, that you've eaten. So when you go on carnivore and get rid of the carbohydrates, you won't get hungry every 2 hours anymore. Like I get hungry around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and for reference, I get up at 5 and I'm at work at 6. So I get hungry about 6 hours after I wake up. Then I start eating really big, fatty meat meals. And I'll eat from 10, 11 o'clock till about 5 p.m. And then I'm full and I'm done. And every meal I have, I eat till I'm full. I'll have 2, sometimes 3 meals a day, but usually 2 big meals a day. One at about 11, one at about 4 o'clock. And that's it. I don't get hungry again till the next morning because I have leptins in my system. I have enough fat and protein to do everything I need to do. And my body burns off my fat. Now in 3 months doing that, I managed to shed 20 pounds that I didn't know I had to shed. I took like 5 notches off my belt. Arms and legs were always lean. All I had was body fat. I was starting to get a dad bod, as 55-year-old men do. Don't have a dad bod anymore, let me tell you. If you look from my neck down, you'd say I was 30 at the oldest. Why? Because I'm eating properly. I wasn't always this way. I only recently got this way. So if you want to lose fat, carnivore, man, try it. Don't knock it till you try it. You will feel so much better and you will shed all your excess fat.